Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt, and to an extent, the air is salt. And you breathe that in, and you can constantly taste the salt.
And all right, should be able to hear us. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Pass the Salt, pre-salted edition. I'm your host for today, Taylor. And there's been a hostile takeover, and I'm joined by.
And not by you. Let me test the audio real quick.
Can you hear yourself? Okay.
I can hear myself.
Okay. It's
Boomer.
like, yeah. On my end,
Good
everything should be
job,
fine. But dear God, you are dying.
Yeah, it's not good. I've tried everything. I'm so done with this mess. Oleander, welcome back. I see it. This look job at this is because I talked crap about you by saying you're a hardcore, despite not being an IT. I apologize. No, it's not that.
It's all right.
It's much worse. It's much worse than that.
Yes.
At least it sounds like I'm coming across here.
Kind
No.
of? You
It was
occasionally get
worse
sucked into the
before.
void at the end of your sentences.
No surprise there.
Yeah.
Glasswire, please save my life. Please sponsor. I need it.
All right, so besides dealing with intermittent internet issues, how's it been going? What have you been up to this week?
Been pretty well. Uh, been playing Halo because me and my friend power through the Master Chief before playing Infinite, and we finished Region CE so far. We started 2, so that's been a big
Okay.
with the company that I work for. So that's also pretty neat as well. It's really jarring have to go from a 1 to 10 schedule to 8 to 5.
Yeah. You've gone from
It
second shift to normie.
Yeah, and it kind of hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
Luckily, this week was kind of an easy week because it's one of those. Like, hey, this is how you use the services, this is the benefits we provide, and I've been there a couple of years. I know what's going on, so it's not as big of a deal. The more interesting thing that's been going on is the internet issues you could tell that I've been having, which is a pain in my ass.
Yes.
Uh, it can only get worse.
It is only getting worse. I think you're gone.
I'm still here.
Okay. Oh, hello? Okay.
Can you hear me?
Not really?
Am I still here?
Okay, yes.
All right.
You keep coming in and out of the void.
That's whatever. Just go with the plugs and all that for right now.
All right, so as you know, you can find the podcast recorded live at Saturday. We try for 1 p.m. Arizona time. You can go ahead and do that conversion. We try to post 2 videos per week on Ted for Thought YouTube channel, so go ahead and check it out. Make sure like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff on our videos. We have a member section now. You can join for $4.99 a month, and you get access to a cool little badge. As you can see, some people in chat right now, they have silver. Wow, it's been like a month since we had that.
They don't have plastic. Thank you very much.
Plastic. Okay, sorry.
It's wood, plastic, copper, silver, gold, and diamond.
Okay, sorry. Yes, you're right. They're up to plastic. So
Yes,
we're up to plastic now. So that's cool. And then you also get some emojis featuring our mascot to be named and whatnot. Anyway, we also have a Twitter at tech_4_thought and Instagram at tech_FOR_thought. So go ahead and check us out there. Anyway, so let's go ahead and jump right into the news as Matt makes his return trip from the void. Our first article is, of course, our headlining topic article, and it's coming to us from Ars Technica. And you might know of a little program called, or language called Java, produced by the good people at Oracle. It's on pretty much any site you'll ever going to visit for various purposes. You know, interactivity. Some people use it for password authentication before sending the password off to the server, etc. Many, many different uses for Java. Hell, even entire games, like a little game called Minecraft runs off of it, so you might have heard of it before. So, hello, goodbye, Matt. Anyway, yeah, I'm pretty sure I have the little news scene set up properly. All right, yes, here we go. This article comes to us from Ars Technica. Zero-day and ubiquitous Log4j tool poses a grave threat to the internet. Minecraft is the first, but certainly not the last app known to be affected. This is going to, as far as I know with some knowledge about it, it's going to be very widespread in terms of its efficacy. So, let's go ahead and read a little bit. Exploit Code has released for serious code execution vulnerability in Log4, an open source logging utility that's used in countless apps, including those used by large enterprise organizations, several websites reported last Thursday. I'm going to go ahead and take off the cursor. Sorry about that. Didn't realize. Okay, we should be good now. Anyway. Yeah, so word of the vulnerability first came to light on sites catering to users of Minecraft, the best-selling game of all time. The sites warned that hackers should execute malicious code on servers or clients running the Java version of Minecraft by manipulating log messages, including from things typed in chat messages. The picture became more dire still as Log4j was identified as the source of the vulnerability and exploit code was discovered and posted online. So I don't know how the article will explain it, but basically you could type a string or whatever, and because the chat is logged, a string isn't like a sentence, so a certain arrangement of characters, and so you could type this in Minecraft chat, and because the Minecraft chat is logged on the server's backend, I'm on my own now. Excellent. Okay. Awesome. I'm just all by myself. I'm so lonely. Anyway. So yeah, and that would basically allow you to do some pretty spooky stuff once you got to it, because when the string got passed into the log, as it would be because it was in chat, it's going to allow you remote code execution, which you can do all sorts of fun things. So you can really fuck over whatever server you have running remote code execution on if you so desire. So you can, this is like the ultimate way to grief your friends in Minecraft.
Am I back?
Yes. Hello. How are you?
It'd be better. Like, bro, like I don't understand what the hell is going on.
What does the last wire say?
Okay, so this time around, it wasn't my it wasn't my internet giving out. My PC just straight up crashed.
Oh,
Like it didn't or anything. It just reset.
you should reinstall your Ethernet drivers.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm having bigger issues if everything just generally crashes and doesn't even get the blue screen.
Yeah.
Am I still sounding robotic?
Yes, very much so.
That's internet. I'm going ghost.
Okay.
Try running Linus. I'll admit, this is after I did the big render on the 30-minute tier list video, so I wonder if I just kind of fucked my CPU.
But I thought you had adequate cooling.
Yes, I do.
Okay, that's not gonna... You've restarted your PC since then, right?
It kind of reset itself, to be fair.
Okay.
But yes, I reset my modem. I reset my PC now. It only gets worse from here, doesn't it?
Reinstall your Ethernet drivers real quick. Honestly.
Might as well. Fucking drivers.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, I'm going to keep reading from the article here. So as I mentioned, it's like the exploit was originally discovered in Minecraft, but then it's not just going to be like encapsulated on Minecraft. It has far-reaching implications, which suck. Oleander Rainbow says, "I'm playing Minecraft, albeit it's Bedrock, but still." What's the difference between like Minecraft versions? Isn't there like Java, Bedrock, and Windows? I at least know on Windows you have ray tracing. But anyway,
it's basically the core program they use to run them.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what Bedrock is because I never actually played around with it, but I'm at least familiar with that much.
Mm-hmm. Going back to the article, quote, the Minecraft side seems like a perfect storm, but I suspect we are going to see affected applications and devices continue to be identified for a long time. H.T. Moore, founder and CTO of network discovery platform Rumble, said, this is a big deal for environments tied to older Java runtimes, web front ends for various network appliances, older application environments using legacy APIs, and of course, Minecraft servers, due to their dependency on older versions for mod compatibility. Bedrock is for console, Java is for PC. Okay, got it. Unfortunately, I think no matter what version of Minecraft you run, the servers, although I'm not certain for Realms, the servers are still going to be running Java in the background. I'm sorry, what was that?
No matter what version, you can still take it over with a chat command.
Yes. It depends on what the server is running. Most Minecraft servers, except for maybe Realms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Raz explained it best. Okay, cool. Log4j is incorporated into a host of popular frameworks, including Apache Struts 2, Apache Solar, Apache Druid, Apache Flink, which means a lot of like hosts for like WordPress are probably going to be affected by this also, just to name some. At the time this post went live, there wasn't much known about the vulnerability. One of the few early sources providing a tracking number for the vulnerability was GitHub, which said its CVE 2021 TAT 44228. Security firm CyberKendra on late Thursday reported a Log4j RCE 0 day being dropped on the internet and concurred with Moore that, quote, there are currently many popular systems on the market that are affected, end quote. So, yeah, it's pretty much everybody wake up, new vulnerability just dropped, which is pretty,
When Matt stares into the void of the internet, the void stares back. I wish that wasn't true.
yeah. So basically, if your stuff is running outdated Java, that's going to be a problem. And many stuff is running outdated Java for many different reasons. The Minecraft example, they mentioned mod compatibility and whatnot, or just server admins being lazy. So, yeah. What do you think? What do you think the worst thing we could find from here is? I think he's gone again. All right, so I'll give you my opinion. So I think this will really be a test to see like what sites are running this outdated version of Java and what sort of like stuff can be pulled from the sites by exploiting this and using remote code execution to pull stuff. The article briefly mentions, I see down there, kind of briefly mentions Equifax. What happened is that it took 48 hours for the exploit that leaked Equifax to go from like discovery to the massive Equifax leak. So, past that point, yeah, this came out on Thursday or yesterday, I forget. And so we're reaching kind of like, especially having the weekend for this to percolate. Yeah, this could be, people could find some pretty interesting stuff with this. And I apologize to all the IT guys in the that might be listening who has to work this weekend. PC crashed again. Oh my god. Okay. All right, so yeah, chat, let me know if you guys have any more comments about this Log4j thing or any questions about it. I'm just going to go ahead and move on to the next article really quick and keep going. All right. Well, speaking of consequences of our modern technocracy that we all live in, let's talk about Google. Everybody likes Google. Or really quick, it's bad enough that Java is a programming language that's hell to deal with. Granted, not as bad as a language that's named after a circle of hell in Dante's Inferno, but damn. All right, yeah, that is true. It's like Java has kind of had a bad rap over the years, all things considered. A lot of universities for a few years have moved away from Java to go back to really emphasize Python and like C++ and whatnot. But we're actually seeing a lot of universities go back to teaching Java as a core like education standpoint, as well as more base languages like C, just regular C. That's just me. I'm gonna go ahead and just take off the cameras, I guess. Yeah, just do that for now. So yeah, Java is definitely still relevant. Many things run Java. Believe Oracle's numbers. It's gonna be bad. Anyway, let's move on to over to some news out of Chrome and Google and whatnot. So Manifest is sort of the API backend that extensions for Chromium-based browsers use, and Google is making some changes to Manifest, which is actually kind of going to hurt the functionality of things like ad blockers and whatnot, because there are extensions like, uBlock Origin, a really popular ad blocker that got so good it's actually cutting into Google's revenue share. So that's kind of an issue. Obviously, they're trying to go start it. This is coming to us from the Electronic Frontier Foundation. Let's go ahead and read a little bit. Chrome users beware. Manifest v3 is deceitful and threatening. Manifest v3, Google's Chrome soon-to-be definitive basket of changes to the world of web browser extensions. Actually, you know what? I can go ahead and just add a source to my camera really quick. I need another... Oh, this is actually just the water cooler isn't in view. I'm not sure. I'm A-okay on my end. All right. Add new source instead, please. Camera 3. Just me.
I'm back to steal the stream.
Oh, God. He's back. But for how long? How long will the void?
I have no clue.
Okay. I'll turn on the cameras again. Excellent. Okay. Welcome back.
Yeah, okay. It seems to be at least a little bit better this time around.
Yes, it does, actually. I'm kind of surprised.
I didn't do anything.
Okay.
Where were you?
I was just finishing up about the Java exploit. So what do you think about the Java exploit?
It's hilarious and kind of sad that everything from a Minecraft server to Equifax has been compromised.
Yes, that is.
You gave it 3 minutes. We'll see about that. I have no idea what the hell is going on. I'm trying to research it real time right now.
Uh-huh. I love fixing real-time issues.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's great. I love it. Not really.
I hate it.
All right. So,
Well,
any other thoughts on the Java thing?
Not too much thoughts on it. I mean, I find it hilarious how widespread it is.
Uh-huh.
I don't imagine it'll be too much of an issue for very long, as people scramble to cover their stuff.
Yeah, you would hope, but
yeah, you'd be surprised how many people are off during this time of the year.
yeah. I don't want the dash. How do I get back to?
Not too much else outside of that.
Okay.
Webcam white balance because it's always bad when I launch it. Because this bothered me, the programming language I was referring to as being hard is Malbolge or Bolgle. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Malbolge.
And it's rightfully named after the 8th circle of Dante's Inferno, which is true. Paul, being off topic.
Oh, no problem.
Or can I get a Dell tech support Benjamin Franklin?
I don't know. You might need to call in again. I don't know what to say.
This is what it is.
This is going fairly
At least
well right now, so.
It seems to be fine now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's okay. You're still trying to in and out of the void, but you're not being straight up sucked in. So.
It could be worse.
Yes.
Could
All
be
right.
worse.
So I'm gonna keep. We're talking about Google and the Manifest v3 update. So, Manifest v3, Google Chrome soon-to-be definitive basket of changes to the world of web browser extensions, has been framed by its authors as, quote, a step in the direction of privacy, security, and performance, end quote, but we think these changes are a raw deal for users. We've said that since Manifest v3 was announced, and continue to say so, as its implementation is now imminent. Like FLOC and Privacy Sandbox before, Manifest v3 is another... I lost my place, I was reading chat.
It's just and Goofy Matt.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I've named that particular emoji.
Manifest v3 is another example of the inherent conflict of interest that comes from Google controlling both the dominant web browser and one of the largest internet advertising networks. Did you die? No, you're good. Okay.
No, I'm still here.
Okay. Manifest v3, or MV3 for short, is outright harmful to privacy efforts. It will restrict the capabilities of web extensions, especially those that are designed to monitor, modify, and compute alongside the conversation your browser has with the websites you visit. Under the new specifications, extensions like these, like some privacy protective tracker blockers, will have greatly reduced capabilities. Doodle's efforts to limit that access is concerning, especially considering that Doodle has trackers installed on 75% of the top 1 million websites. So 750,000.
Neat. Yeah.
Yeah. It's also doubtful MV3 will do much for security. Firefox maintains the largest extension market that's not based on Chrome, because that's also the largest browser that's not based on Chrome. And the company has said it will adopt MV3 in the interest of cross-browser compatibility. Yet at the 2020 AdBlocker Dev Summit, Firefox's add-on operations manager said about the extension security review process for malicious add-ons, "We feel that for Firefox it has been at a manageable level. Since the add-ons are mostly interested in grabbing bad data, they can still do that with the current web request API that is not blocking." In plain English, this means that when a malicious extension sneaks through the security review process, it is usually interested in simply observing the conversation between your browser and whatever websites you visit. The malicious activity happens elsewhere after the data has already been read. A more thorough review process could improve security, but Chrome hasn't said they'll do that. Instead, their solution is to restrict capabilities for all extensions.
Nice.
Yeah.
It is a mess.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's a mess. Java's a mess. My stuff's a mess. Google's
Yes.
a mess.
This is a mess. Yeah.
It's not getting. This is a mess. And it's not getting better from here.
Right.
But it's kind of amazing how much stuff just kind of hit the fan all of a sudden.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this was a planned change for a while, actually. I don't want to say I was one of the first people to talk about it, but I did write an article a couple of years ago. I did write an article a couple of years ago now saying that it's like, hey, Google is going to be updating their manifest thing. It's going to start crippling ad blockers. This is pretty bad, you know? So.
Yeah, this has been a plan change for a while.
Yeah, what does kind of suck is Firefox might be partially on board with it, so it might gimp functionality of that extension as well, of like uBlock Origin on Firefox.
Time to Brave browser.
Apparently, I don't know if like forts of Chrome will be as affected by it. Extensions definitely will, but at least Brave has its own built-in ad blocker that works really, really well. So maybe it's a little bit separate that it won't. Did you die again?
No, I'm still here.
Okay. Well, your thing's frozen, so.
Oh, if it's frozen, then it's something else. But if you can hear me, that's at least something.
Yes, okay. So, yeah.
My Ethernet graph looks so retarded. What the hell?
All right, yeah, so maybe this will really start driving people towards like legit outside of the big two of browsers, like outside of Chromium and like into outside of Firefox into like something completely different, you know? Like,
that'd be nice.
I think Libre Wolf might be completely different. I'm not entirely sure. So, but anyway, so at least stop using Chrome. That's a good first start. And do Firefox or Brave. Maybe not Firefox, just because Google is part of the Ministry of Truth. Yes, if they want you to see an ad, you will see that ad, damn it. Happy Hanukkah. Okay.
Gamer Rider. The thing about it is my internet is being limited to like 5-6 megabits per second receiving and only about 400 kilobits sending right now.
Hello, good evening, Demo. Why? Is it like on your PC or is it your modem?
That's what my PC is saying right now specifically.
Okay, so that's the connection from your PC to and from.
Task manager is saying.
Okay.
Get the Gamer Router. Good evening, Demo. Happy Chanukah Victor 10. Welcome. I'm facing internet issues right now. Please bear with us.
Energy Quantum says Brave gained. Yeah, Brave's what I use, try to transition to for most of my stuff. I've been playing around with a hardened version of Firefox, so that's pretty cool. But maybe sometimes things break pretty easily on firebots, so when you have a bunch of stuff trying to lock it down.
Maybe try a new Ethernet cord. To be fair, it's everything as a whole, and I have replaced my Ethernet cord, so
Okay, that's not it.
no, it's not
Okay.
going to be Ethernet cord.
There's no way like the coax cable is loose going into the modem, right?
I checked it earlier and it wasn't, but you never know.
Okay.
Let's go.
Live tech support challenge. Here we go. Not as hardened as some things. Okay.
No,
It's all right.
it's fine from what it's telling me.
That is the best you've sounded all afternoon.
Cool. It's probably because my camera wasn't moving and compression just said keep sending the same info.
Okay.
So I don't know if it'll change that back and making shit happen on.
Okay, do we just want to prioritize audio? Do you want to turn your camera off so you're sending less stuff?
I don't care. Well, least safe thing. Does the audio quality improve if I turn the camera off?
I was hoping it would, but not too much. We can keep trying it though.
Yeah. No, it's we have to get on. I'm gonna file some stuff with the SEC. Oh well, whatever. Let's just keep going.
Okay. Yeah. So, what I was trying to show the article here. What do you think of this whole update and whatnot? What can people do here?
What can people do?
Yeah.
Not use Chrome. With it, it's not a surprise because a lot of Google's money is based off AdSense and their given programs that they use to plug into websites and whatnot. If they don't have that, then they're making money. So they of course are going to try to push for change on that part.
Right. Exactly. Google's trying to get you to see as many ads as possible. You know, I don't think that's really.
Yeah. That's how they make money.
Yeah, I don't think that's particularly news either in that sense. But
no, but it's just the reason behind it. It makes sense what they're doing and why they're doing it. So
I'm kind of interested in seeing
There's
whether or not Brave's like built-in ad blocker is going to perform better than like uBlock Origin after those like all these changes go through and whatnot, or like third party.
That is good. That is a good point. I'm interested in seeing and how that goes. If it performs well and I can't use Firefox anymore, I'll probably switch over to that. To be honest.
Okay.
I'll be my backup browser.
Yeah. Chat. What browser do you guys use? I know NEG Quantum uses Brave. Hashtag Brave Gang. So let's hear from you guys though. Anyway, moving on to the next article. Let's talk about beef between TSMC and Intel. How about that?
This is a fun one.
Yeah. All right. So coming to us from WCCF Tech, Intel chief too old for meaningful change, says TSMC founder. So let's see. The Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, TSMC founder, Mr. Morris Chang, has shared his opinions on the recent comments made by Intel Corporation's chide Mr. Patrick Gelsinger, when the latter outlined that Taiwan's geopolitical environment is not suitable for the highly crucial semiconductor fabrication industry. That's just kind of a fact, because if, you know, Taiwan falls to China, then the U.S. tech industry is kind of screwed. Or at the very least is very beholden to China, which I don't think anyone here wants. Let's see, TSMC, which is the world's largest contract chip manufacturer, is headquartered in Taiwan, and it uses the island to manufacture products on some of its latest fabrication technologies. Yes, they knew we know who TSMC is. Mr. Chang made his comments earlier this week when he responded to reporters' questions about Gelsinger's remarks. The Intel CEO had stated that at the Fortune Business Brainstorm Technology Conference and at the Credit Suisse Technology Conference, that geopolitical situation in Taiwan made the region risky for chip fabrication, especially as things kind of start to heat up and tense up a little bit in that area of the world between China and Taiwan.
Slow it down a little bit. I can't keep up.
So you saying it? Or
well, I was like, you're blazing through it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to keep up with you reading it in terms of like mentally with you there.
Okay.
I was just letting you know on that part. it doesn't help that things are also breaking up.
Mhm. During both events, Gelsinger referred to recent airspace incursions in the region's air defense buffer zone by Chinese fighter aircraft to convey his unease for the situation. I'm not going to go ahead and read the quote there. In response, TSMC's chairman, Dr. Mark Liu, had commented last week that the Intel head's opinions were not shared by the majority and that his company does not criticize its industry peers. Okay, I I think TSMC took this way too personally.
Yeah,
I really do.
100%. This is just funny beef, and it's hilarious in my opinion.
Yeah, it's not a
Watching just like
criticize.
dollar companies just like battle it out this for no reason.
Yeah, I don't view it as like a criticism of the company per se, but more of just like an observation of the
Taiwan,
situation of Taiwan. You know?
yeah, Taiwan's current stance and everything
Yeah. I wonder if TSMC is
because
just upset because he said like the quiet part out loud. Like, you have to
that
you
could be the case.
yeah, it's like you kind of have to like you would assume that people relying on TSMC that are like American or non-Taiwanese, so like AMD and whatnot, kind of know
Mhm.
that the area around Taiwan is kind of could be volatile in the future, especially if China decides to roll in. So they kind of it's like you would think that, and you would definitely hope and assume that's on like Lisa Su's radar and whatnot as a possibility to happen. So,
Yeah,
but it
which
really doesn't
could
get
be the
talked about.
case. And the thing is, it does. Damn, anonymous says, "Damn, they log our messages." Yeah, very much so. Um, but with Taiwan, it is. I mean, somebody has to say it. It's just like it's just not a good position right now to uh, be kind of like it's not good to put all your eggs in one basket essentially.
Hmm.
So others need to be able to kind of step up the challenge, such as Samsung, what they're doing. Intel has the chance they have Foundry, so there's no reason they can't. Is that a personal attack or something? Says TSMC.
Yeah,
I took that personally.
yeah, exactly. Dr. Liu is now joined by or going back to the article, I should say. Dr. Liu is now joined by Mr. Chang, who did not hold back when commenting on Mr. Gelsinger's comments. The TSMC founder believes that the Intel chief needs to focus on TSMC's weakest areas if it's competing with the Taiwanese firm, and his comments are coming from an emotional position, which does not explain how Intel plans to technologically outpace TSMC in the upcoming years. What? Why are they so butthurt about this comment? I actually don't understand. Like,
I don't know, man. Anonymous, we can see, Anon Wymus, we can see you. Um, but I don't know why they're so butthurt about it. To be honest,
yeah.
it's hilarious how upset they've gotten about this for really no reason.
Yeah. Mr. Chain seems to believe that the comments against TSMC are aimed at securing more government subsidies for Intel's resurgence. On this front, he also outlined that due to Intel's rules that a CEO must retire at 65 years of age, Mr. Gelsinger is too old for the position and will therefore be unable to turn the company's fortunes around. Intel's product technology roadmap, unveiled in April this year, 3 months after Mr. Gelsinger took over, extends to the second half of 2025. Gelsinger is 60 years old and will turn 61 in March of next year, and TSMC is working on their 3 nanometer stuff. That's cool. All right.
Yeah. So it also kind of in the article, it did also mention that Intel is pushing to try to get subsidies from the U.S. government to be able to build more fabs with the U.S.
Mhm.
That could definitely be a piece or this statement from Pat Gelsinger could be a piece in the chess set to be able to make that happen to win that battle. Hey, who knows on that part though? Okay, so YouTube is not logging our messages.
Good to know.
Oh, but with it, I do think that TSMC got way too mad about this.
Yeah,
It's
that is
kind of
correct.
surprising how childish they reacted to this.
Yeah, and
And
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and I've also found the comment on Gelsinger's age hilarious as well, because he does have 5 years if they do try to follow the retire by 65.
Mhm.
We'll see on that part if that does hold up, depending on how well he does. But he does have time to be able to actually steer the ship in the correct direction to be able to pass the torch to somebody who will be able to help as well.
Right, and you also have to be
Yep.
fairly like decent on trusting his judgment for who might succeed him. So
Yeah, very much so.
I think that
Uh,
I think that's kind of partially a little bit of sort of cultural difference between Asian companies in general versus like American or like European companies, where it's like it's not uncommon for an American company to change CEOs every few years and whatnot, as opposed to Asian company CEOs who get like one CEO in there and they're pretty much there until they die. You know?
yeah, that's true. Sup, regular name. Anyone want to know something? Sure, why not? But that is true as well. I mean, it also does depend on the company as well, for the passing it off. Because how long has Tim Cook been in charge of
Like
Apple
10
now?
years now, and it's rumored
And
that he's going to be going away.
yeah, yeah. Put the payload in the Facebook group chat, and boom, they're logging our chat. No surprise there. Um, but I mean, how long is the NVIDIA CEO been in
Oh,
charge?
Jensen's been there forever, but he is also Asian himself, so I
Fair
don't
enough.
know. Yeah.
Uh, I just it kind of depends on the given sector, I guess.
Mm.
But we'll see. It does seem like Pat Gelsinger at least has a good vision moving forward. So I'm excited to see where they stand within roughly the time he's supposed to retire.
Yeah. That'll be interesting to see in 2025 then.
Yeah, if he's able to power hungriness that is their current 12th gens with other gens in the future.
Yeah.
Am I coming across just fine?
Kind of.
Hey, I'm still around, which is better than before.
It is true. Hey, I'm still, he said as he got sucked into the void.
Oh, neat. Of
Okay,
course I
you're back.
did.
I can hear you again.
Awesome. Lovely.
All right.
Why? Why does it do this to me?
I don't know. It's, yeah, I don't know. TSMC just did that way too seriously.
Which is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Nice. We'll manifest V3. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All
All
right.
right. On to the next one.
Yep. All right. This next article comes to us from newsenu.medium.com. Let's talk about somebody on the Tor network using, I forget the exact term, intermediate nodes, midpoint nodes, or whatever, in order to de-anonymize people using the Tor network.
Oh, I also forgot. There was a topic that I'll say for the end. Because I'll have to find out. I completely forgot about it until we brought up this one. So they, as you were saying, they've compromised anonymity on the Tor servers.
Kind of. Yeah. It's they're using, it's kind of like a malicious actor. So
Yeah.
all right, reading for the article. 2 years ago in December 2019, I first wrote about a particular and unusual malicious actor on the Tor network. This blog post is about how that actor expanded their visibility into the Tor network during the last 2 years after their removal by the Tor directory authorities in October in 2019, and why this particular actor is more concerning than the usual malicious Tor relay group. The threat landscape on the Tor network motivates the second part, in which, anyway, that's not really relevant. All right, major Tor network threat actors. To give you a clearer picture of which actor we will be focusing on in this blog post, here's a short overview of the two main actors we have reported about in the past. Let's also give them code names to make it easier to refer to them. There's the, let's just call him BTC20 profile. And
Yeah.
he operated malicious exit relays, essentially. And then there's the Cat17 profile, which I'd imagine the bulk of this article is going to be. And he's been using first and second hop, primarily first and second, or middle hops, I should say,
Yeah.
to de-anonymize people. Both between these actors, both noted to be non-amateur level and persistent, which, as some people in our chat are alluding to, kind of indicates
Duh.
some sort of state-sponsored motivation there. So, yeah.
They glow so bright.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Just trying to see here.
So dang, that is
Okay,
that
yeah.
is pretty funny.
Anyway, so what visibility did Cat 17 have? Let's see. This article is all over the place. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So looking at the graph here, this shows kind of like the probability in percentage wise. I understand the article is shut off, but it's reaching a peak of around let's call you 35% on the middle nodes of like that you would hit one of these nodes run by Cat 17, and Cat 17 is using the data passed through these nodes in an attempt to do a correlation to de-anonymize people on the Tor network. So
Yeah.
yeah. Going back to the article, after I reported the exit relays, at the time I did not know that they were part of Cat 17, they got removed in October 2020, but I do not believe that halted their exit operations completely. Coincidentally, a new large no-name exit relay group was born the day after their removal. That new group is not included in this figure 1 because it cannot be attributed to Cat 17 using the same strong indicator. To provide a worst-case snapshot on September 8th, 2020, Cat 17's overall Tor network visibility would allow them to de-anonymize users with the following probabilities, a grand total of around 39%. Once again, hopping into the middle nodes. As middle and exit relays are frequently changed, the likelihood to use Cat 17's relays increases with Tor usage over time. We have no evidence they're actually performing de-anonymization tasks, but they are in a position to do so, and the fact that someone runs such a large network fraction of relays doing things that ordinary relays cannot do, intentionally vague, is enough to ring all kinds of alarm bells.
That is that's pretty crazy.
So yeah, it's basically, this article just seems like it kind of goes on to say that it's like the Tor network doesn't have a whole lot of like middle point relays being run by normal users right now, which is why Cat 17 is able to be so effective. Mm-hmm. So basically, what a lot of people in the Tor community are saying is for people to run their own Tor nodes, and so that the probability of you connecting to one of Cat 17's nodes is going to be less likely.
That is, yeah, it's how many nodes does 1% run to be able to get that type of probability?
They run around
like in terms of like grand scheme.
They run around 6,000 nodes. Cat 17 does. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yes.
That's a lot of effort there.
Yeah. And you know, as the article in our chat has picked up on, it's goodbye.
Hello?
Hello. Okay. You're back.
I'm here.
Okay. Yes.
That was my internet that time, to be fair.
Okay.
But yeah, we need a lot of space, a lot of money to be able to make that type of stuff happen, huh?
Yeah, exactly. You need access to resources on a persistent basis.
Consistency.
Yes, exactly. All right.
I rest my case, Your Honor.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Is my modem still fine? It's running. That's at least a positive.
All right.
So what are your thoughts on this?
It kind of highlights sort of like exploits or flaws in the design of like a lot of software or methods, I should say, that are supposed to keep you anonymous and whatnot, you know. Mm-hmm. And I think we're kind of reaching the point where people are just trying to exploit the design of things as opposed to like an actual security vulnerability. You know, we were watching some stuff the other day about what was it? Oh, the University of Minnesota. We were watching about the University of Minnesota trying to run essentially a
compromising
social
Linux.
experiment on Linux in the nature of just open source in general. And that's one of those things that's like trying to exploit the very like concept or like core nature of something, as opposed like the core design of something, as opposed to trying to find a
Mhm.
vulnerability in the Linux kernel.
Yeah,
So
and that seemed to be paying off pretty well this week, huh?
yeah,
Log4j, yeah, pretty much.
yeah,
That's what everything has been this week about.
yeah.
To
News
be fair,
broke a
the
couple days
Michigan,
ago.
the MIT thing that happened, was like 9 months ago.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's been a while since that one in particular, but
Mm-hmm.
it's been a fascinating with all of it.
Yeah.
Wonder if somebody's gone to my internet. My system's making it weird.
I doubt it.
I highly doubt it too.
Unless the modem firmware runs JavaScript for logging, which I don't know. You never know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That one I actually don't have an answer about. Ugh. How's the Apple security team? That's a good question there.
Well, speaking of Apple, though,
Yeah.
Apple won't have to allow iPhone apps to use third-party payments tomorrow after all. The status quo will stay in place until an appeal has been resolved. Apple has won a last-minute stay on an injunction that would have required the company to begin allowing iPhone and iPad app developers to direct users to alternative payment options. The requirement to allow in-app linking to third-party payment.
You good?
I was reading chat, sorry. Tor
Uh,
isn't flawed. The thing is that to work, it needs a lot of nodes. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't think I was super clear when I was talking about it. I wouldn't say maybe like Tor itself was flawed. I'm saying it's like the nature of how it has to work by there being like a saturation of good actor nodes is kind of the problem that is being exploited as opposed to an actual vulnerability in Tor itself.
yeah.
So
They're still investigating. Same report for from 6 months.
you're still in the same report from 6 months. Okay.
Oh, you're talking about the Apple security team? I have no idea. I would assume so, but I forget the exact report that you're referring to off the top of my head.
Apple, anyway, going back to the article here, Apple has won a last-minute stay on an injunction that would have required the company to begin allowing iPhone and iPad app developers to direct users to alternative payment options. The requirement to allow in-app linking to third-party payment systems was ordered in a September 10th ruling by the judge in the ongoing Epic Games versus Apple lawsuit. This was one of the few wins for Epic, as Judge Von Gonzalez Rogers ruled in favor of Apple on most points. The judge gave Apple until December 9th to make the necessary changes to allow outside payment systems, so this stay comes at the last possible moment when Judge Gonzalez Rogers rejected Apple's initial request to stay the ruling. The company appealed to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. That appeal has led to this new development. Apple can now maintain the status quo on this point until the appeal is settled, likely many months, if not years from now.
Damn.
So, Apple lives to make daunted cash another day.
Apple's takes forever.
Okay.
Yeah. Takes ever for 6 months. Damn. I just noticed how comfy Chloe looks on your bed right now.
Yes.
She's completely using your pillow and everything.
I know. It's hilarious.
All right, but what are your initial thoughts on this day?
I'm surprised Apple was able to get one to go through, and then I was also kind of surprised the judge ruled in the first place against Apple in this regard. So,
yeah.
Doggo out of 10.
Dog out of 10. Very true. But I'm okay. I'm not surprised by the initial ruling of a third-party app purchases on that part.
Okay.
Because it can be considered competitive to make them force it through their one platform.
Mm-hmm.
But the stay kind of surprised me on that for the injunction being allowed to stay like that.
Okay.
It makes sense at least in terms of like, okay, while you're appealing this, we're not gonna push because you're going through the appeals process. But hey, we'll see how that goes in the let's call it a year from now.
Yeah. It looks like Apple was like successfully argued that it was just like that basically from the point of the ruling to like the deadline, they wouldn't be able to engineer like accomplish it on an engineering level and like
Yeah.
economic business other issues involved in the change. So
Plus a loss of a significant amount of revenue.
right, exactly.
Taylor's just jealous he doesn't have blue bubbles.
That is correct. You got me.
You have an iPhone.
Yeah. I just set it up as like a relay for my Android phone in order to get blue bubbles while still using my Android phone.
Do it.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun video to make.
Hmm.
Well, with the Apple case at least, how do you think it'll end up in a like by the end of the appeals process? What do you think that will look like?
I think it's like after it goes through all like the various appeals courts and whatnot, it'll just end up in Apple's favor, in all honesty.
You
So
think so?
yeah. It's not like
Is it going through the which appeals court is it going through?
the Ninth Circuit.
Yeah, I was about to say if it's the Ninth Circuit, then I can definitely imagine it going in that favor.
Yeah. It's not going to yeah, I think it's like
It's going to the Supreme Court.
it will not. And it's not like the
I
court can
know.
enact any sort of meaningful ruling that would challenge the monopoly power of Apple, in all honesty. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Something like this needs to come from the legislative level, which
Yeah,
probably won't happen.
it's not happening.
Yeah.
At least not from the U.S. on that part.
Right, exactly.
If anything, it would more likely be coming from the EU.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well, nice. We have
I don't have a smooth transition for this.
yeah.
All right, anyway, let's talk about
I don't
another
know.
GPU you can't buy. All right.
Pretty much, yeah.
Coming to us from Tech Radar, the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2060 12GB is here, but does it matter? It exists. But why?
Why?
After months of rumors and a whole graphics card generation since it first came out, there's a new NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2060 on the block, and this time it has 12 gigs of GDDR6 memory. WCCF Tech has spotted 3 tweets by manufacturers pointing to new variations of the RTX 2060 with the extended VRAM capacity. They're still based on the 192-bit bus, which would necessitate a VRAM budget of either 6 or 12 gigs anyway, but it seems like NVIDIA has given third-party manufacturers permission to release the graphics cards with a bit more memory. So we've reached out to NVIDIA for clarification. We'll update the story when we hear back. As for how much this new version of the graphics card will run, that's probably going to be a bit painful. We can't find any retail listings for the new graphics card, but according to a report from PC Games and retailers like UK's Scan can't even list the GPU due to insufficient stock.
Which is okay. So, like, the concept behind it is like the 2060 runs off of a node that is not currently used in proficient use for graphics cards. Idea is to tap into that resource to be able to make more cards without compromising the current generation. So with it, the idea is it's like, hey, let's make more cards as a whole to be able to allow people to purchase stuff. So it's kind of the concept there to be able to make it a reality. It also is nice that they are upping the RAM on it, though. I don't know how useful 12 will be, but hey, we're getting there.
Mm.
No, it's the concept behind why they're making a new 2060. Anonymous, is this a daily or per week? So this stream is every Saturday, 1 p.m. Arizona time. We are currently in Mountain Standard Time to give you an idea.
All right, so the article
Translate
begs
that
the
into
question, why does it exist? Well, I wait to see whether or not there will actually be an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3050 hitting the market. We're in dire need of a budget GPU, which would be great if you could buy one. However, as that PC Games End report states, NVIDIA hasn't built the hash rate limiter into the 20 series card like it has with some of its Ampere offerings, which means crypto miners are going to buy it up, defeating the purpose of it being an affordable product. Oh my...
That is also true.
Yeah, all right. It's just...
Why NVIDIA exists.
Yeah.
Fact.
And that's pretty much it. NVIDIA paper launched a card, and it's already going to have supply issues because
Yeah.
of crypto miners.
On paper it's a good idea in terms of, oh, we're not using this node, well, let's use that node to make more graphics cards then. The issue is they don't put in the required stuff and like a hash rate limiter or anything like that, and it's just going to get swept up.
Right.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I am dying on the stream apparently.
Yes, you
Like
are.
my
You've been a
is
very
great.
slow process of dying this entire time.
I've been slowly dying on the inside since we tried to launch the stream. Actually,
Yes.
no, since we played a bit of Halo Infinite earlier.
Yeah, that's more accurate.
Oh my god.
I feel like you're only getting
Well,
worse too.
probably. I don't doubt it. Days getting longer, more people hopping on the internet. What can I say? Why they ain't mine all the crypto themselves? That's
Well,
actually true.
Well,
That'd
you
be
gotta
interesting.
wonder what sort of deals Nvidia has with the people they're selling pallets of GPUs to. You know,
That's also true. Yeah,
kind of
that'd
gotta
be kind
wonder.
of crazy.
Yeah, but certainly Nvidia would
Uh,
never do that, right? They would never.
oh man,
No, okay, they would never.
they would never make dedicated cards just for mining and sell much more of those than their current graphics cards. They wouldn't do that.
No, they wouldn't.
Actually, no, I know what sales numbers they have. I was just making a joke. I'm honest about it.
All right. So, anything else to say about the 2060?
2016 in particular, not really.
Okay. All right. What was the topic you wanted to bring up?
So, because we were talking about exploit, like the Tor exploit to find out like your anonymity is pretty much gone. The one thing I wanted to bring up was I read an article about somebody fudging a non-fungible token.
Oh, okay.
Like, let's see if I can find it specifically, but it was hilarious because like it managed to somehow crack into the specific source link where the token is stored, and then be able to copy the token.
Oh,
It was. Let me see if I could find it here. Let's see. Did I find it on this place? I forget what it was. Let me search it real quick. If my internet will allow me to search.
nah.
Let me see. News.
All right. Well, what token are you referring to exactly?
I'm trying to find it.
Okay.
I forget off the top of my head. I'm trying to find the. I saw it like a couple days ago, and it made me really laugh because somebody managed to right click the basically link to where the token was stored and have access to the core of the token, and it was hilarious. I'm trying to find it. Was it reading it? WCCO? Or I get most of my news from, to be honest, because they just have much of it. Most recent.
Are you talking about an NFT?
Yes.
The whole right-click save thing?
No, it was somebody specifically copied where the source of the NFT was, not just the image itself, but like the NFT itself, like the specific like blockchain info associated with it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. I can't find it. Oh.
Okay.
Oh well.
All right. Guess it's not. Okay. All right. Do you have any other topics you'd like to try to say before the void claims you once again?
Give me one moment. I'm trying one more search. It's nope. Oh well. I hope my internet's better next time.
Hopefully, yeah. Where can people find you on Twitter?
At filmed by. Okay, I found it. The article was a couple weeks ago. Australian man pirated all minted NFTs on Ethereum and Solana.
Oh yeah, okay.
An Australian, yeah, has reportedly pirated all non-fungible tokens minted on Ethereum and Solana blockchains. According to the report, the NFTs, which are 17.96 terabytes in size, were
Oh,
found to be available on Pirate Bay. The brain behind the piracy, who is also a software developer, revealed that he rented a bare metal server at a cost of 200 Australian dollars to orchestrate the prank. It's just a prank, bro.
just a prank,
Uh,
bro.
he added that he got four terabyte hard disks and was completely satisfied with this mission. Finally, the Australian developer said that the screenshots of the collectibles were meant for people to learn about NFTs, which he branded as Tulip Mania.
Okay, yeah, no, I've heard about Tulip Mania before. Okay,
Yeah,
there's some stuff.
there we go. I found the info that I was looking for there, but yeah, it was hilarious. It's just like NFTs are like just they're basically the new art world. They are just meant to launder money.
Kind of,
That's all they're meant for.
kind of
Let's be real.
the whole thing that's like about NFTs. It's like it's more of just like the ownership that has value as opposed to the actual content itself. So
Mm. Yeah. So so basically like the art world.
maybe I don't. I feel like if you argue that it's like NFTs are just purely for money laundering, then you get into sort of the slippery slope of that cryptos in general also are just for money laundering.
That could be argued as well.
What's up?
I said that could be argued as well.
I mean, I disagree with you saying it's like it's just for laundering as opposed
I'm
to.
not saying it's just for laundering,
Oh,
but
okay,
I'm
that's what I
saying
thought.
that most of its value has come from
Okay,
laundering.
yes, no, you're correct. Okay, I see what you're saying. And goodbye, Void.
Hello? No, I'm still here.
Okay, well,
Like, uh,
okay.
shoot, my internet sucks. I'm fully aware of that. But I was saying it's not. I understand it's not all for money laundering. I'm just saying that a significant portion of its value has come.
Yes, yes, okay. Maybe not like broken up or something, but I thought it said. Um,
Yeah.
so this is what the YouTube
Uh,
prank channel genre did after its 15 minutes of fame was up stealing NFTs and crime shit.
Pretty much.
That is
Yeah.
true. Someone checked in on like FouseyTube or whatever that dude's name was.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's the one thing I wanted to cover.
Okay. And let's see, you've done your
Nice.
Twitter. So you can find me on Twitter at Infurious7809. That's at INFERIUS7809. And with that, I think we're going to wrap up this exceedingly stuffed stream. So
It happens.
yeah, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week, hopefully with better functioning internet.
We'll see.
Bye.
All right. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time.
Nope, hold on. There we go. Insane.